Hi guys, Go Off-Road here. We've had loads and loads of comments asking to see an Ultra getting built. We've got a Black Edition Ultra road legal here. We're going to take you through the process and explain what steps we take when building bikes. So we'll start by getting it all unpackaged. So now it's time to get the bars on the bike. With the Ultra B, you do have to slide the electrical components on first, just because they are quite tight when you've got the bars mounted on there. So yeah, we'll put the electrical components on first and we'll get the bars tightened down onto the bike. So once we've got the electrical components on the end of the bars, we can get the handlebars tightened down nice and evenly. And then the next step is making sure you get a torque wrench to make sure that the bolts are tightened to the correct specifications. We'll just go ahead and tighten them down to the correct torque settings and make sure you're doing nice and evenly. So the next step is to get the throttle tightened down, so we'll slide the throttle onto the correct position and we'll just get it nipped up. Just remember not to go too tight with these bolts because they are quite small. Now we can get the grub screw on the electrical controls nipped up to the bars, stop it from spinning. Nice and tight. Now it's time to get the brake master cylinders onto the handlebars, just using these two Allen key bolts to fasten them on. So same again with the other side, just getting that all tightened down there as well. So we've done what we can now in the crate, so it's time to get the bike out of the crate and onto a stand. Just get all these straps taken off the bike. So whilst the front wheel's off, we've got a lot better access to get the front fender on, so we're going to get that put on there now. So now we're going to get the spindle out and then we can get the front wheel on. There's a little plastic bit inside the brake that you need to remove. This just stops the caliper from pushing the pads together whilst the bike's in transit. So we'll slide that out. So now we're going to get the wheel unpackaged and get it onto the bike. Now it's time to put the spacers into the wheel. They're not sided, they're both the same size on the Ultra B. We'll slot that in, with the ridge side going into the seal. So we're just getting some grease put onto the spindle. This will just help prevent the spindle getting seized in the future. So it's just good measure to get a little bit of grease on there think about the next person who might be taking that wheel off. So now we'll get the wheel slid into the bike, making sure the disc goes into the caliper correctly, and grabbing your spindle, sliding that in. Then we will just get our spindle cap and get that put back in there. The next step, we'll get the pinch bolts tightened down on the forks, making sure they're done up to the correct torque setting. Handguards in there, so we'll get that opened up and we'll get them put onto the bike. So yeah, we'll just get the chain guard put on there now. So next we've got the handguards. So yeah, we'll get these unpackaged and we'll get these put onto the bike. And now for good measure, we always just quickly go around the bike, making sure nothing's been missed at factory. So just check all the bolts in general and make sure nothing's loose. Right, so the next step is to take out the battery and charge it. We always do this as a separate go off-road just to give the bike one full charge and test the operation before it goes. So yeah, we'll take the seat off, get the battery out, just these two clips, the battery will slide out, just move the cables out the way, pull the battery out. So we've got the charger, we've got the battery, let's get it banged on. So that's the battery fully charged, so we'll get the battery put back in the bike and we'll test the final operation. So we'll slide the battery back in. We'll get the main power cables pushed on. And the data plug as well. And then we're going to get the battery lid closed. Get the seat back on. At Go Off-Road, it's ready for its new owner. If you're in the market for an e-bike, please check his website out or give us a call on 0330 311 0854.